Shadows linger in the quiet room. Something heavy hangs in the air. Words unsaid gather at the corners of my mind. You look away, our glances softly intertwine. Fingers almost touching on the table side by side. Night falls gentle, but I tremble deep inside. Every sigh, a secret I try to hide. My heart aches whenever you pass by, pretending nothing's wrong, but it's a lie. All these moments slipping by. If you only knew what I never show. Longing drips between each hello. The silence between us, it says more than words could do. I'm aching for your touch, but I keep holding back the truth. Can you feel the longing that I try so hard to mask? Stuck somewhere between the questions I never ask. The silence between us won't let me move on. The silence between us just lingers too long. Underneath the moonlight, I watch you breathe, hiding how you captivate every part of me. Late night echoes, I replay every scene. Your laughter fades, but memories stay keen. Every gentle smile just makes my walls collapse. I wish you'd see the signals in every glance. Confessions lost in the sound of our dance. One beat away from giving love a chance. Maybe someday I'll let these feelings show. But tonight I just hope you know. The silence between us, it says more than words could do. I'm aching for your touch, but I keep holding back the truth. Can you feel the longing that I try so hard to mask? Stuck somewhere between the questions I never ask. The silence between us won't let me move on. The silence between us just lingers too long. Rain on the window, your reflection's near. If I speak my heart, will you disappear? Loneliness and hope are tangled in this pause. With every gentle sigh, I remember what was lost. Stuck somewhere between the questions I never ask. The silence between us won't let me move on. The silence between us just lingers too long. Maybe someday words will break these chains, but until then the quiet remains. Beneath the surface, love holds on, waiting for the silence to be gone. Keep a picture on my nightstand, edges worn from where I touch. Moonlight sketches out your jawline like it's something made of dust. Your laugh lives in the hallway of the city that's not mine. I count the trains and time zones, your life moves like a tide. I whisper to the static, to the long and lonely hum. Send every quiet miracle back to wherever you've become. I'm loving you from afar, a heartbeat on the wire, a lighthouse in the distance burning soft through all the fire. I watch your windows flicker like constellations through the rain. And every night I promise I will love you just the same. There's a coffee cup with lipstick from the morning you forgot, a voicemail that's a map of everything we are and are not. Trace the streets you walk like constellations on my skin. Learn to measure missing by the shape of what's within. I hang my wishes on your skyline, tie them to your name. Let the wind deliver everything I'm never brave to say. I'm loving you from afar, a voice across the dark, a lamp against the harbor of your solitude and spark. I press my palm against the distance, feel the echo of your breath, and promise you a warmth that won't be lost to time or death. If love could cross the ocean, if I could fold the sky in two, I'd fill the miles with lanterns, every single one for you. But I am made of windows of a glow that can't arrive. So I learned to be a harbor, keep your light inside my life. I watch you move like sunrise through the rooms I'll never know, steal the shape of your silhouette from photographs and low-lit shows. It hurts like distant thunder when the city holds your name, but loving you from far is all I have to claim. I'm loving you from afar, I'll be the shore you can return to, a lighthouse standing steady, a promise burning true. Though I cannot cross the water, I will keep this beacon bright. I'll love you in the shadow, in the silence of the night. And if the world grows colder, if the tide should pull you through, remember there was someone holding light enough for two. you from afar, a gentle, patient flame, a quiet, constant lighthouse calling softly out your name. I tuck the truth behind my ribs, like paper folded twice, a small confession folded into bone and quiet nights. You left the light on in the hallway, I pretended not to see. I practiced how to look away until the look looked like me. There's a shadow on the pillow where your head used to be. I learned to breathe around the space you made inside of me. I tell myself it's healing, that time will stitch the seam, but every heartbeat rehearses the echo of your name. This is the secret I keep. I still taste you in my sleep, a softened kind of violence that I bury twice as deep. I say I'm over you, but the truth is hard to keep. I hold you like a whisper, quiet under my breath, beneath my teeth. Photographs like fingerprints, the corners worn and bent, your laughter in the doorway, a language I won't repent. I send myself small mercy, folded into midnight's coat. Watch the city fall to pieces while I learn to stay afloat. I tell the mirror favors me, that I'm whole without your hands, but honesty arrives in pools where every promise lands. I tell my friends I'm breathing, that I'm fine, I'll be alright, but silence keeps your syllables and plays them through the night. This is the secret I keep. I still taste you in my sleep, a softened kind of violence that I bury twice as deep. I say I'm over you, but the truth is hard to keep. I hold you like a whisper, quiet under my breath, beneath my teeth. If confession were a window, I'd throw the shutters wide, but every time I try to speak, the words stay on the inside. I've worn forgiveness like a ring, then watched it fade to rust. I keep your name like contraband and feed it to my trust. I'm tired of being honest, only when I'm alone. Tired of memorizing the sound of a doorway turning home. This is the secret I keep, and I can't hide it anymore. It's a lighthouse in my chest that keeps on calling to your shore. I've been a quiet harbor, holding storms I won't release, but tonight I throw the anchors off. I am letting you be free. This is the secret I keep. I loved you till my edges bled. I loved you like a secret that I never said. So take this whispered truth, let it float where it belongs. I keep no more shadows, only echoes of your songs. Midnight shadows fill the empty space, breathing in memories I can't replace. I hear the echo of your voice in the darkness, old laughter tangled with the sound of goodbye. The warmth of your touch lingers on these fingers like rain on glass. It's hard not to cry. Promises fading, soft as a whisper. Your name still written on my pillow, night after night. I try to hold on, but my arms grew tired, chasing a feeling that hid from the light. Every picture on the wall feels colder now, still hoping one of us knows how. Oh, it takes the courage to walk away when love has turned to sorrow. Holding tight just breaks me more each day. Only time can heal tomorrow. Though I miss you more than words can say, I found the courage to walk away. Streetlights paint stories on my window pane. Dreams unravel where our future used to lie. I wear the silence like a frail reminder of laughter and tears we left behind. We gave each other everything but wisdom, lost in a longing neither could define. I thought forever meant we'd make it, but some things are stronger left behind. We loved until the pieces wouldn't fit. I had to let go, bit by bit. Whoa, it takes the courage to walk away when love has turned to sorrow. Holding tight just breaks me more each day. Only time can heal tomorrow. Though I miss you more than words can say, I found the courage to walk away. Beneath the ache, I feel hope begin to rise as sunlight creeps into a brand new sky. I promise myself to start again, forgive the past, and slowly let you in the wind. makes me more each day. Only time can heal tomorrow. Though I miss you more than words can say, I found the courage to walk away. Now I wander forward with trembling feet, leaving yesterday quiet on this empty street. Softly I whisper goodbye to the pain, finding myself once again. I used to hang your name above the doorway, like a light that kept the rooms alive. I learned to breathe around your silence, made a home of the hollow way you used to hide. Late nights with a phone that never rang, trading small comforts for the ghost of your hand. I kept every empty promise on a shelf, thought they were trophies, but they just weighed myself. There's a mirror with my doubts in the frame. I'm tired of practicing how to look the same, so I'm pulling at the stitches that held us in place, feeling for the edges of a brand new space. This heart's not yours to break again. I'm taking back the pieces you left on the floor. I'm learning how to hold my name without apology, picking up the sparks and letting them roar. No more waiting in the doorway, no more borrowed men. I'm saying what I'm worth, this heart is mine to mend. I've unlearned the ways to make myself small, stopped apologizing to the echo of your laugh. Found courage in the quiet after midnight, in the crooked jazz of an old photograph. Some nights I still taste the weather of your voice, but I trace the map inward and I find my choice. The scars are honest, the seams are my proof. I'm sewing slow so the stitching learns the truth. I won't be a monument to someone's leaving, won't leave my light to keep your shadow breathing. So I peel back the wallpaper of our past, paint something steady, built to last. This heart's not yours to break again. I'm taking back the pieces you left on the floor. I'm learning how to hold my name without apology, picking up the sparks and letting them roar. No more waiting in the doorway, no more borrowed men. I'm saying what I'm worth, this heart is mine to mend. I counted every bruise like a lesson learned, turned all the quiet into a plan. If love was a flame I let burn me down, I'll be the one to strike the match and stand. Watch me fold the old grief into paper boats, set them on the river of the life I chose. I won't drown in memory, I'll navigate, steer by the stars my own hands know. I forgive myself for being tender, I forgive myself for loving hard. I'm not a ghost on your porch anymore, I'm the owner of my heart. I'm taking back the yard. This heart's not yours to break again. I learned to say my name without apology. Turn the sparks into a fire that roars. No more waiting in the doorway, no more borrowed men. I stood up from the rubble. This heart is mine to mend. Window open to a morning that's been waiting. A small anthem on repeat in my hands. I'll keep the good parts, let the rest go wandering. Home is where I stitch myself again. Leave the porch light on like we're afraid of dark. You fold your jacket slow, I fold the map of scars. Coffee cools in the mug we never got to drink. We trade small apologies, we trade a last blink. There's a ribbon on the box with our old receipts. I brush a thumb across the crease and count the little beats. This is a beautiful goodbye, quiet as a sigh. We don't crash or burn, we just learn to let things lie. Say a name like a prayer I memorized. This is a beautiful goodbye, soft and dignified. The apartment smells like rain and your old cologne. I leave the lamp half lit so I won't feel alone. You laugh about the way we tried to save the shelf. I laugh because I know we were saving someone else. Trash bags on the floor, a photograph that's bent. We fold what's left of us like letters we once sent. This is a beautiful goodbye, careful not to cry. We fold the hurt like paper, tuck the edges dry. Say the words we never said out loud. This is a beautiful goodbye, no theater, no crowd. There's grace in the small things, your hand on the rim of the sink. There's mercy in moving on before it breaks the brink. We don't need fireworks to mark the end of a song. We just close the door and quietly move on. You take the chair, I take the coat, we take the weight in halves. We walk the same thin line, but we choose different paths. No bitter chords, no final fight, just the hush of night. Two people learning how to lose each other right. This is a beautiful goodbye, gentle as a light. We keep the kindness in our pockets, and the rest we let fly. Say your name once more like a lighthouse in the tide. This is a beautiful goodbye. Go easy, go with pride. The light still folds around the corner. the street. I close the door, and in the dark your shadow fits me sweet. Empty spaces where your laughter used to ring. Late night silence echoes everything. We danced around each promise, soft as summer rain. Shared our dreams like secrets, tangled up in pain. Try to keep the sunlight shining through the cracks, but shadows grew too long, love never coming back. I keep your sweater folded, scent lost in the air. Pictures in the hallway, pretending not to care. Every word you whispered falls apart at dawn. Still I find myself holding on. Glass heart shattered quiet, tears blur memory. Every goodbye lingers, nothing sets me free. Some rules are written, some are just hope spoken. Maybe love was only meant to be broken. Maybe love was only meant to be broken. Footsteps on the pavement, fading in the dark. I replay every moment, trace the place you marked. Time moves like water, slipping through my hands. I wish that I could fix it, but I can't change the plans. Photographs are fading, laughter out of view. All that's left are questions of what I meant to you. Promises unravel, pulled a thread too thin. Now we're lost where we began. Glass heart shattered quiet, tears blur memory. Every goodbye lingers, nothing sets me free. Some rules are written, some are just hope spoken. Maybe love was only meant to be broken. Maybe love was only meant to be broken. I light a candle, let it burn for what we were. Ashes in the night, the lessons I've learned. If loving you was fragile, maybe that's okay. Let the pieces fall and gently drift away. Glass heart shattered quiet, tears blur memory. Every goodbye lingers, nothing sets me free. Some rules are written, some are just hope spoken. Maybe love was only meant to be broken. Oh, maybe love was only meant to be broken. The morning finds me breathing softer every day. Letting go is gentle, love will find its way. Silent shadows on these four carpet on the floor, or memories I can't carry anymore. Heart heavy from words never spoken, picking up pieces that feel so broken. Night creeps in, filling up the space where laughter lingers, but it can't retrace every gentle promise, every wish we made, drifting in the silence as the colors fade. But time breathes softly through the pain, pulling sunlight through the rain. I'm learning how to stay afloat, even when the tide is cold, finding hope inside the ache. This heart will mend and always grow, lifted each time I stumble. You were my safe place to fall, safe place to fall. Long walks alone down empty streets, tracing footsteps where our hearts would meet. Clouds part slowly when I let myself grieve. Peace grows quietly when I start to believe. Your voice is distant but the feeling remains. Kindness like shelter after all these rains. Every tear that finds my cheeks brings me closer to the strength I seek. The night is softer than before. I'm not the same as I was before. I'm learning how to stay afloat, even when the tide is cold, finding hope inside the ache. This heart will mend and always grow, lifted each time I stumble. You were my safe place to fall, safe place to fall. Let go of the hurt, watch it drift away, lighting new fires in the dark of day. It's not goodbye, just a winding road, carrying love as I let it go. I'm learning how to stay afloat, even when the tide is cold, finding hope inside the ache. This heart will mend and always grow. Whoa, lifted each time I stumble. You were my safe place to fall, safe place to fall. Quietly healing every scar left behind, a gentle surrender I'm starting to find. Safe within myself after losing it all. I've learned how to rise and finally stand tall. We count the cups by the sink, one chip like a memory. Rain on the window settles like a soft apology. Your coat on the chair, the scent of the city gone. We stand in the kitchen where the night learns to move on. There's a hum in the pipes, a low impatient sound, like someone slowly waking in the middle of the house. This is the quiet after the storm. tape them with our songs in the quiet after the storm. We find where we belong. The clock keeps its small fade, soft ticks across the floor. We mend the ragged edges of the maps we drew before. Your laugh is a promise, a tiny stubborn flame. We speak in careful syllables and learn each other's names. A kettle starts to whisper, steam threads the morning thin. We fold the old argument like linens in a bin. This is the quiet after the storm, the hush with the light at dawn. We trace the lines the thunder left, breathe slow until it's gone. Small hands fix the broken things, we tape them with our songs in the quiet after the storm. We find where we belong. No grand confessions, no sudden cures, just gentle repairs. We push the curtains open, let the neighborhood in the air. Your pulse against my wrist is louder than the sky. We learn the softer language of the things that don't have to die. Say the word, say the small thing, let it land like rain. We'll collect the scattered moments, put them back again. This is the quiet after the storm, the hush with the light at dawn. We trace the lines the thunder left, breathe slow until it's gone. Small hands fix the broken things, we tape them with our songs in the quiet after the storm. We stay and we belong. So leave the lamp on low, and I'll make the tea for two. We'll practice being gentle, and the world will practice too. I keep the light low, practice saying hello to mornings that don't come with a warning bell. Your footsteps in the hallway feel cautious and slow, like someone learning how to breathe after the swell. We leave the door ajar, not wide, just cracked enough to test the air, to see if the room will stay warm. Small talk becomes a map for hands that used to shut. We trace out new shapes where the old ones were worn. I'm learning to trust again, day by day, inch by inch, like opening a window after long, loud storm. I'm learning your names for the quiet places in me, letting in the light so the edges can reform. If love is a language where we learning how to speak, Whisper truth by truth until the silence breaks. I'm learning to trust again, soft enough to stay. You fold your promises like laundry on the line. No grand fireworks, just hems that hold and mend. We trade the big excuses for honest small designs. And I measure you by what you keep, not what you lend. There's a rhythm to repair coffee keys, a text that says still, 1,000 tiny anchors in a wild and shifting sea. We practice staying present when the past tries to spill. Choose the steady moments over sudden guarantees. I'm learning to trust again, day by day, inch by inch, like opening a window after a long, loud storm. I'm learning your names for the quiet places in me, letting in the light so the edges can reform. If love is a language, we're relearning how to speak. Whisper truth by truth until the silence breaks. I'm learning to trust again, soft enough to stay. And when the old fear stands at the doorway, I'll invite it in. Sit with the ache until it folds into a softer thing. We'll show it how we hold one another without taking flight. Practice patience until patience sings. I'm learning to trust again, day by day, inch by inch, like opening a window after long, loud storm. I'm learning your names for the quiet places in me, letting in the light so the edges can reform. If love is a language, we're relearning how to speak. Whisper truth by truth until the silence breaks. I'm learning to trust again, soft enough to stay. Leave the string of lights on, let the night learn our shapes. We'll grow a quiet faith from everything we save. Soft enough to trust and brave enough to stay. Midnight folds her hands around my name. Neon confession, cigarettes and rain. You smile like contraband, like something saved. Lipstick on a Bible I swore I'd never trade. We draw maps with fingers on the back of a chair. Every whisper is a trespass, every touch a dare. These are scarlet lines we shouldn't cross, pero tu cuerpo habla en un idioma que me roba la voz. We keep the windows shut, pretend the night's not lost, but we're tracing forbidden borders, and it cost. Your laugh is an alibi, velvet and low. Your danger in a dress, and you don't even know. Phone calls like artillery, but you hum soft lullabies. I swear I'll walk away, then your shadow multiplies. There's a ledger in the dark where our names collide. We mark the sins in lipstick, and then we try to hide. These are scarlet lines we shouldn't cross, pero tu cuerpo habla en un idioma que me roba la voz. We keep the windows shut, pretend the night's not lost, but we're tracing forbidden borders, and it cost. Rosary between your fingers, but your knuckles glow. You pray with guilty laughter like you don't know how the map bends toward the moment we fall. We tell ourselves goodbye while entering the cold. No saints tonight, just streetlights and static. Our vows dissolve in the backseat, quietly dramatic. You say we can stop, then kiss me like a crime, and the lines we drew start bleeding into time. These are scarlet lines we shouldn't cross, pero tu cuerpo habla en un idioma que me roba la voz. Shutting out the dawn, letting everything get lost. We keep walking those borders, oh, at such a cost. Morning will count the debts we never signed, but for now we're sinners, lovers and blind. Scarlet lines on palms, holding what we stole. We cross them in the dark and call.